And it looks like we are off. Arispici, I think, got a unfortunate pick here. Oh, finding air. I think finding air. What was did not see the first one that was picked, but finding air and
I think it was bubble.
There was bubble, but there was one before bubble. I think I saw. I just missed it. I blinked.
If there's a time to spawn or spam reset and try and get an ideal stage, it's going to be at the very beginning, before you actually get one of these robot masters down. Dagit unfortunately getting beat first again, and more dollar store Metroids, Shotmen, and I didn't even see the third enemy that was in that gauntlet.
Oh, these Metroids are not as Buster weak as last seed's Metroids.
So, Squid, what's your favorite stage to play in the randomizer?
That is a really good question. If we're talking zipless, that is a very good question. I was at first I thought I would answer with zips. One of my favorite stages to play with using zips is probably be like Water Crash. Those are just really fun stages. Zipless, though, that's an interesting question. It might be, man, it might be Bubble, just because it's kind of simple, or it actually might still be Crash, but it depends on whether I have items or not. I really like the item 3 climb at the end of Crash. I feel like it's a lot of fun when you get it right, and so yeah, it's just a really cool thing to do.
Wow, Airman being a total bro for Arispici the second go round. First time had some trouble. And picking up item 2 right at the get-go, so that's exciting. And so this is a zipless tournament. What exactly are zips?
Well, in Mega Man 2, you can actually use items, and in some cases you don't need to use items, but most often you use items like item 3, item 1, and sometimes item 2, to position Mega Man so that he is forced into a wall, usually by pushing him up into a ceiling. And this causes the game to, as long as you press certain buttons here. I'm not going to go into the differences between how to trigger zips, but it causes the game to eject Mega Man very rapidly to the right, which is exactly the direction we want to go in most of these stages. In fact, pretty much all Mega Man games are left to right. So that is what a zip is. In this tournament, of course, we are avoiding any of those situations where you can be put into a position of just getting yourself through the stage pretty fast, like just by zipping through walls. So you'll see, for example, Bubble Stage here, walking through this entire section. There is a big, long zip that actually you can do in this stage, which gets you past most of the water section. Unfortunately, not allowed in this tournament.
Thank you very much for sharing your technical expertise and experience with the game. It is very much appreciated.
I'm appreciating these flying crabs.
Crustacean sensation.
Hey! Dagit getting Airman in Metal Man stage. What's very interesting about that is that if you're walking on the moving platform, it does one of two things. One, it will ignore the blowback from the air shooter that Airman is firing at you. And two, as you're walking, the air shooter itself is slowed. Not exactly sure the reason why. It probably has to do with how maybe different layering or is done in the game. But the actual air shooter is slowed too. So you saw that Dagit was able to just keep firing into Airman as the air shooters kind of just almost hovered on screen. Hey, more Mega Man 1 music. You want to
Nope.
Tech, you want to play Guess That Mega Man 1 song?
I know it's not Electman. Cutman? Is it Cutman?
That is correct.
Yes. What do I win?
You win having to play Mega Man 1 for the next year.
Absolutely not. I will forfeit.
This prize is non-negotiable.
Dagit's finding Leaf Shield pretty effective at keeping the crustacean at bay.
I would love to speedrun some Mega Man 1, Creed. I would. It's probably one of my favorite Mega Man games. Mega Man 2 is a great game. Mega Man 1 is a great game. They are great. They are as a Mega Man should be. No slides, no charge.
I sense some controversy behind these statements.
I know. I'm just trying to rile up chat. The great Mega Man debate, it begins. Dagit taking it very, very careful here because the last thing you want to do is die in this section of bubble. The reason being is you have to go all the way back to the checkpoint, which is all the way at the beginning of the underwater section. That is not a very fun thing to do, especially in zipless, because you have to walk that entire thing, and as if you recall, traveling underwater is 3/4 speed, and so it takes even longer.
See, air stage not as harsh of a problem as it was the first seed.
Yeah, it looks like those enemies spawning from the sky definitely make a difference.
And here's our item 3 pickup.
Yeah, Arispici actually getting a lot of items here. Dagit already through 3 stages of his own and no items to speak of. It's looking.
I want to say
Or was that 4? Or was that 4 stages? That might have been 4 stages.
Let's see if we can find out the next time he menus.
Of course. The beginning of this wood stage looking a little bit precarious. Lots of high damage enemies there, so a little bit worried. Yeah, one thing about the randomizer here also is that the hot dogs in Woodman stage will always be at least Buster weak, and one of the reasons for that is because unfortunately you can't actually screen transition without killing them, and so if they ended up being immune to Buster and this happened to be your first stage, well, you would basically have to reset or forfeit or something. So they'll always be weak to Buster.
I actually did not know that.
Ooh, fat fans in the treehouse here in Wood Stage. That does not bode well. They can be very tricky to get by these pits, especially since they kind of blow you back from, the spawn. But Arispici wisely using item 2 to get past this. I approve that use of item. It looks like Dagit trying to test some of these weapons where he can kill Bubble without Bubble moving. Does not look like he's going to achieve.
Looks like the Dagit does have item 2.
He does have item 2, okay. Okay, that was 3 stages, so he just completed his 4th. This is good. This is good. Going to Airman stage with an item like item 2 or item 1 is gonna make this a lot easier. Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
It looks like the enemies weren't too bad though, from what I saw from Arispici, so we'll probably just cruise through this stage.
And here we go.
Cruising through the stage as predicted.
Oop. Oop. Good thing there's a platform there behind the clouds.
Yeah, I will say I'm a little bit disappointed we haven't gotten any Mega Man X tunes yet in this race or the previous race. They happen to be some of my favorite tunes to listen to. I just love the 8-bit transcoding of the Mega Man X.
Oh, me too. I don't think there's a single bad soundtrack.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all.
I'm still banking on some Rainbow Road somewhere. Come on.
Ooh, Dagit having to be very careful here. These Sniper Joes are putting up a little bit of a fight. Arispici going for the E-Tank and Flash stage, and looking like we'll give the walls here a test. Hopefully having the weakness, and it does not look like. So that narrows the weakness down.
Yeah, knows what not to check later.
I'm a fan of testing the weaknesses while in the Boo Beam fight, simply because if the Boo Beam happens to be weak to metal or wood, you'll never really have to destroy a crash barrier at all. And so there are games I've played where I've never found the weakness to the crash barriers. Okay, finding Metal Blade being effective against Quick, but gotta watch out. 4 health left, that's not safe. Okay, why is he taking another E-Tank?
Oh, janky makers in the ooh, this could be problematic for the elevator rooms.
Possibly. Chanky makers on the ground, not so much. Chanky makers in the sky, yeah, that could be a problem. But Dagit has item 2, so this should not be a problem. I don't think it'll be that much of a problem. The item 2 will make it so that he can pass pretty quickly. And it looks like Arispici also picking Crash Stage, so we are on the same stage here, with the same number of Robot Masters left, so we might be pretty close. Dagit has beaten Heatman, whereas Arispici has not. And Dagit has a few quick stages left. Not Quick Man stage, but Flash stage is a quick stage to get through.
Arispici will have the advantage of having item 2 for his Heatman fight, or not fight, but his Heatman stage.
Yes, indeed. That will make the Heatman stage a lot quicker. Yes, and here's what I was talking about. Chanky Maker in the sky. I can throw fire twice as high.
Oh. A clever rhyme I cannot deny. There we go. Got some screen synchronization action going on.
Yeah, Arispici making it through that last screen a lot faster, actually. Having a little trouble grabbing onto the ladder there. Taking a lot of damage, too. I'm a little bit scared there.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed.
And then just the tease of that big health dropping away. Oh no!
Oh, that is... Oh, that's unfortunate. Luckily the midpoint's not too far away. But yeah, it's a lot of climbing. So one of the things about Crash Stage is that you never want to have to climb. So you're always wanting to use item 3 or item 1 to get up these ladders, to get these climbing sections a lot faster. Unfortunately, because both only have item 3 or 2, and I believe Arispici is out of item 2, this climb is going to be a lot slower.
And climbing is Mega Man's slowest movement, I believe, in the game. Well, there's some atomic chickens flying across the screen. Just 2 of them I saw, just 2.
Okay, it looks like Flashman is just going to be a real jumpy boy. So all Dagit really has to do is kind of do a back and forth here, and should be taking
Easy fight. Picking up his Cossack Fire and item 1.
Also, it does look like we got what we wanted. You got those atomic chickens.
I did. Those nuclear chickens.
If only for a few seconds. Looks like Crash Bomb is a weakness for Flashman, but it's not terribly effective, considering he can dodge it fairly fast. It'd probably almost be faster to simply use Buster.
And I think that's what he's gonna do, is realizing the slowness of that and just might as well switch back.
Indeed.
Looks like those Jaguars are especially vulnerable to Air Shooter.
A little bit of monkey business here in Quick Stage.
Oh. I have nothing.
Well, it looks like the treehouse wasn't too bad, even considering there are fat fans up there. So Dagit kind of just making it slowly, or slowly but steadily through this stage. Switching to item 2, and he's gonna fly across the last part of the screen. Definitely avoiding flying seafood. Crash Bomb, not effective on Crash Man.
No glass cannon this time. There we go, Dagit taking E-Tank.
Yes, and as I like to say whenever I'm commentating these kind of races, you got E-Tanks, best to use the E-Tanks. Dying is always more costly in terms of time. So even if you didn't need it, better to take it and not need it than not take it and end up dying. So there's always E-Tanks too in the castle stages. There's at least 3 spots I can think of where you can get easy E-Tanks. Dagit attempting to see what our wall weakness was, but missed both shots. One got consumed by a crab, and the other one actually, he went to the right just far enough to despawn the wall so that the shot didn't actually test it. So he doesn't actually know whether or not it's Buster weak, as far as I can tell.
All right, both our players in their final stages of the 8 robos.
Yeah, Dagit having flashes his last stage, it's going to be a much quicker road here to the castle stages. Heatman Yeah, the beginning of this heat stage was absolutely atrocious.
Arispici doing a great job navigating so far.
Yeah, these Metroids here are definitely some manga-esque going on, so... Alright, and it looks like Quickman jumping so high that he has managed to make his way above the ceiling, screen wrapping, giving Dagit a really hard time.
Oh man, what an awful fight.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is painful. This is a painful kind of fight. Some boss chambers in the randomizer have had the ceilings removed in order to prevent soft lock situations. This is one of them. This is one of the chambers. Unfortunately, it has the effect of some bosses ended up, if they have really high jumps, can end up screen wrapping through the ceiling into the floor. So, yeah, making for a really interesting fight.
All right, aside from the high-pitched squelching sound being myself, apparently, it is our cue to guess.
I'm never going to live it down.
Nope. To guess the color and the weakness of the Mecha Dragon. I am going to posit that it is a... let's look around my desk here. Neon green with creme brulee highlights. I wish I had a creme brulee right now. I would destroy it. And it will be weak to Squid's love.
What is it, though?
Well, I was just saying, it means it's invulnerable.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and guess hot pink. And,
What?
Whoops. Alright, I'll make a different guess this time. I love guessing just hot pink constantly, but I'll make a different guess this time. I'll do it this time. Let's go with green. I think we've seen a lot of green dragons. I'm gonna go with green, and we will say weak to Crash Bomb.
Nice item 1 usage. Nice item 1 behavior, I should say. Buster weak shotman, not a problem during that climb.
Yeah, and we've got Arispici right on Dagit's heels here. Anything can happen here. The dragon is definitely a spot where many people have underestimated this fight and fallen. When you take on the dragon, you have to be careful not to get knocked back too much. Dragon can do a lot of damage, and of course, never kiss the dragon. Never kiss a dragon.
Did I not say lime green and creme brulee?
I did say, yeah, that's right. I said green too. And creme brulee. Yeah, I mean, you got it spot on here. And I did say weak to Crash Bomb, so I feel like this time I actually did win some.
I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, that we do not know in advance. What these seeds are.
Alright, Dagit going to...
Siberian witch.
Well, yes, but we're just wondering how he knew.
That's besides the point.
Dagit refilling his item 2s here. He used a bit of item 2 in Wily 1 to get over some of those larger open air sections. So spending some time to refill, make it past that spike pit there. Dagit opting not to check the wall weaknesses this time. Looks like his main motivation for that is probably to get an E-Tank, and he looks like he does not need them. And we have chicken.
Oh yeah.
They are apparently very weak chickens, so... Oh my gosh. Arispici giving me a little heart attack there, almost getting hit by
a fireball from the dragon, that would have surely meant death. But managing to avoid that by like a pixel, and finding air shooter to be our other dragon weakness.
I don't think I saw a suicide drop this time.
Yeah, that makes me wonder if that was intentional or not the first time.
We'll have to ask Dagit later.
Oh, well, Daggett unfortunately will not be around for interviews. He has said on that right after this he has to leave after these races. So fortunately, he will not be around for interviews. But air shooter being super effective against Pico here. Arispici giving to the checkpoint room of Wily 2, so not far behind. So this is still a race. Anything could happen, especially in Wily 4. Looks like using enough of that air shooter to warrant a refill. Oh, I saw drills. So for those of you who don't know, the splash animation can sometimes be bugged out in Wily 3, and can show you bits and pieces of the enemies that are going to be on that screen. And so in that splash animation on Daggit's screen, I actually saw drills, and so that actually kind of gives a little bit of forewarning, about what's going to be coming. So very, very fortunate to see that. I believe Daggit was also noting the drill.
Arispici having a little more oh, there he goes. He was having a bit of trouble finding weakness. Took an E-tank, pop up his health, but finds that air shooter is super effective. And bubblegum guts dozer.
I believe some folks have called that like a Barbie Playhouse dozer. When it's all pink like that. I like that one too. So because Wily 3 is such a short stage, it might look like Daggit is a full stage ahead here, but kind of deceiving. It's more like a half a stage, and it could be, like I said, Wily 4 can be the great equalizer here. Anything could happen, so. Whoa, that item 2 across and then finding drills, that scared me. It does look like air shooter seems to be our weapon of choice.
It is definitely the MVP.
All right, Daggit coming up on our legendary anxiety rooms. We'll see if they are as kind this time as they were last. Oh, janky makers. This can be a problem.
Damage boosting his way across.
Yeah, and they will most likely be on this next screen in very unfortunate positions. So Daggit's gonna have to. He's probably gonna use Metal Blade if I know any better. All right, he very carefully make sure that he does not get hit to fall into these spikes. Look at that pause buffer action.
Yes, beautiful. And like you said, half a stage ahead. Arispici starting his Wily 4 ascension.
All right, metal is not the weakness. And it looks like neither is Leaf Shield, so we are going to have to break these.
It is a supercharged heat this time.
That's pretty fortunate. Oh, and once again, Bubble. So I believe that was the wall weakness and the boobeam weakness last seed.
It absolutely was.
Are these seeds even randomized?
It is ridiculous. Reroll. Quick thank you to everyone joining us today. We appreciate you taking time out of your Saturday to come spend some time with us.
And once again, XR Tech, it is time for Guess That Mega Man 1 song.
Oh boy. I love Kame. I love Kame Senin. This is a luck man.
Yes, it is.
Oh no, Chanky Maker taking out Arispici and sending him back to the checkpoint.
And that is why Chanky Makers can be so dangerous on the anxiety rooms. Oh, and yes, Arispici very wisely doing that pause there. If you get hit in that screen transition, there is a possibility you may not be able to grab the ladder, in which case you fall directly onto the spikes and you die.
Let's see, Arispici opting to damage boost across that bottom left Chanky Maker. Airman not being a pro. Alright, last Robot Master for Dagit. As far as refights. We're about to see the Wily Machine and whether or not it is Buster susceptible. If not, we're going to have to do a little weakness hunting, but it is.
Indeed. Sometimes you kind of like to see that extra action there with the special weapons to defeat the.
Trying to figure out what's going on with Arispici there. Oh, ran out of ammunition, so no more bubble.
Oh no, that is unfortunate. I mean, everybody's favorite Mega Man 2 song is Wily 1 too, right? I assume the question is, what is your favorite Mega Man 2 song other than Wily 1? Alright, Daggett, weakness hunting for the alien. Oh.
Looks like Leaf
Oh,
Shield.
it's Leaf Shield, yeah. This is a great weakness too, because Leaf Shield has an interesting property of that if you don't press left or right, it doesn't consume ammo. And GG to Dad. It looks like he takes this match to
Oh. And it does look like Arispici has chosen to forfeit. Kind of don't blame. That was a really tough, unfortunate death after getting to the boss here in Wily 4. All right.
Gentlemen,
Hello, hello.
how we doing?
Looks like we are joined here by Arispici. By the way, is that how you pronounce your name, Arispici? Because I've been saying it that way the entire time, and I'm not even sure that's how you say it.
Yeah, you got it right.
Awesome, thank you. Just wanted to make sure.
So, first and foremost, I want to say a big GG's to Dagit. Congratulations on your win today. And for moving on to brackets.
Yeah, it looks like Dagit does move on here out of the group stages. So yeah, GG. GG to you too. Those are some really fun races. A little bit of unfortunate things happened in the first race to an Airman stage, and a little bit of unfortunate things happened here in Wily 4, but nonetheless, really great to watch.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, Wily 4, huh? Yeah, the second seed in general, there was just some head-scratching moments. Like, I totally got trolled on Flashman with the wall weakness. Because I had done the turn shot with the Buster at the beginning of the stage, and I saw that it hit, but it must have been hitting that crab's hitbox, so it gave me a false sense of, oh yeah, okay, cool, Buster weak walls.
In fact, Dagit did the exact same thing when he tested the wall weakness in Flash. He turned around and hit a crab, but he recognized it. It looks like he recognized it before moving on. And so you weren't the only one who actually hit a crab with your Buster.
Yeah, and you know, that's also why they call Wily 4 the Great Equalizer. I know I was probably lagging behind at that point anyways, but man, to run on a bubble lead on Boo Beams, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, it actually, in both seeds, you were only slightly behind Dagit until some of the more unfortunate things happened. I feel like in the first seed, I believe you took a game over an air stage due to those Metroids coming down from the sky being really unpleasant. Not cooperative, and if it weren't for those, I think it would have been probably neck and neck. And the same thing with the second seed here. I think you were just about a half a stage behind, and unfortunately, the Wily 4 took its toll. So,
oh, for sure. I mean, hey, I felt really good about my runs, except for the obvious spots that I'm sure everybody could tell. But I felt it was pretty clean throughout, besides those big moments there, which is something that I've been working on a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Very clean. A lot of smart choices there, too. E-tanking when you need to E-tank, not taking deaths, unnecessary deaths. Like, yeah, it was very clean to watch. Good race.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely GG's. Congratulations on racing. It was fun to... a lot of fun to commentate with you, Squid. Big shout out to 2% Chungus for tracking in the background.
Big love to 2% Chungus.
I always ask what the other 98%.
But you don't want to know.
That's kind of the answer I always get. So anyway, is there anything you feel like you could have done differently in some of those seeds, like this past one or the first?
Well, when I saw those crabs at the end of Wily 4 and realized I had a one-hit weakness for them with the metal blade, I was like going through my mind. I'm like, is there anything that I need to refill before going into refights? I wasn't even thinking about Boo Beams. I was more thinking about, should I refill anything before refights? Because I've been taking notes on the boss weaknesses to try to help me out, especially in this last race here. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, I'll be fine. And then when I got on there and I hit the Boo Beam once and noticed that it was 1-for-1 with Bubble Lead, I'm like, oh no. I probably would have had just enough. I spammed in a couple spots because I was panicking a little bit.
Yeah, I think we noted earlier in the seed that ammo management is a really important factor of every randomizer. So, just an unfortunate combination here that bubble was being used earlier and then ended up being the weakness to Boobeam yet again.
Yeah, other than that, you know, just being more patient, trying to adapt a little bit more. Like, for example, in that first seed on Airman, like, I was so set on using item 2 to get over the first part of that stage, and it was not in the cards with the enemy set there, and I should have just said, you know what, gonna take it low, gonna take it slow, and it could have avoided that game over in the first place.
Yeah, for sure. Slow is better than dead.
Yeah, you're right. I'd rather lose 10 seconds to being slower than, you know, 30 seconds plus to game over.
All right, any questions, Tech?
No, I think it was an exciting set of races. I appreciate the opportunity to have been able to participate in the commentary. I'm looking forward to seeing more from you and Dagit in the future.
Oh, for sure. This is definitely not going to be the last year I'm going to be a part of this, and I do intend on joining in for commentary throughout the tournament proper when we get to brackets as well.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Oh. Late and missed it, or did not hear. Dagon unfortunately will not be joining us for commentary. He had to go. So yes, we will have to hear from Dagon another time.
Yeah, big GGs to him again in the chat. Give him big congratulations. You know, really excited for him and Charlie Boy making it out of Group E. Going to be an exciting set of brackets, especially with the people that we have moved on to brackets already.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to these future. Well, I think if that is it, if there's no more questions, I don't have any more questions necessarily. Tech, if you've got some more questions, I don't know if you do, but if that's it, I think we can call it.
Sounds good. Everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks, SpeedGaming. Stay tuned. We got plenty more Mega Man 2 Rando tournament action coming up in the future.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for more races in the groups. We still have a few races left for Group D, and I believe a few more in Group C as well. Not quite scheduled yet, but as soon as they are scheduled, we will definitely be advertising and letting everybody know when it's happening.
Yep. All right. Well, if that is the final words, I think we are good to sign off. So thank you again, everybody, and have a good rest.
See you next time, folks.